What's up YouTube? My name is Joystick Overwatch. I have a brand new video for you today. We're going to be running through the ultimate abilities in Overwatch. This is a tier list video. I want to make sure you guys know what are the best and worst ultimates in the game and you know how to get the most value out of your heroes. So we're going to be talking about the tank line first, DPS next, and then the supports will be last. Game changing, impactful, somewhat impactful, situational, and useless. So you guys know that I'm a top 500 and Grandmaster controller player on PC. I want to share with you guys as much knowledge as possible. Let's get into this video. Starting off with the tank line, I'm going to be talking about Zarya first with her Graviton Surge. I think this is the most game-changing ultimate as far as tanks go. Just because, you know, with Graviton Surge, it can be comboed with so many different ultimates, so many different abilities, and it's such a game-changing ultimate that, you know, you can turn the tide of a fight just based off Graviton Surge alone in the high energy of a Zarya. I think Graviton Surge is a winner in this meta currently. Roadhog, we're going to be talking about Whole Hog, which is, I think, a really good ultimate. It's impactful. That's why it's put in this category. I think Whole Hog is kind of an underestimated ultimate ability just because, you know, people think it used to be so bad for a long time. Now they actually made it pretty good. It's an ability you can use to, like, you know, counter ult in a way, like say a Nano Blade and Genji's trying to attack your backline, pop the Whole Hog on that Genji, boop him away from your enemy team. You know, Whole Hog is good for getting environmental kills as well, winning the, you know, the Roadhog 1v1, and even comboing with like Graviton Surge. It's just overall pretty strong ability in my opinion. To Wrecking Ball, I'm gonna put Minefield here. Minefield is a great tool for like zoning the point, taking back a point, you know, just winning out the objective just based off like space that the Minefield creates, and you definitely can do a lot of damage with it if you're good at placement with it. You might be able to secure 1 to 2 kills if you get lucky, but you know, it's really a big zoning tool and actually very, very impactful. About D.Va, I'm gonna put D.Va's mech here just because they're next to each other. D.Va bomb is a great ability. You know, obviously you don't see like really big D.Va bombs nowadays anymore. It's more for like, you know, the zoning the point or like taking back a point, right? Kind of like Minefield. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of a niche ultimate, but I think you definitely can get a lot of value, and most of the value is just in like the remake, and like using this D.Va bomb is like a second life. So like if you're about to die, you pop D.Va bomb wherever you are, and then you just get your fresh mech back. So I think that's where like the real value comes from. Next to Winston. Winston has Primal Rage, and I don't think this could be as impactful as people think. Primal is a good ability, yes, but like more often than not, you're just going to be using it to stay alive and creating disruption and creating space more than like securing kills. If you do get good with Primal, you definitely can secure like kills on like Widow and like Ana, Zen, stuff like that. But like you gotta learn how to bait out abilities and like really know how to effectively Primal Rage. So that just comes with practice. I think it's still a good ultimate nonetheless. To Orisa, I'm gonna put Orisa Bongo here, aka Supercharger. I think Supercharger can do a lot of damage if you have great placement with it. Obviously, a lot of people are really bad at like placing bongos and like places in the open, which is a bad idea. If you're placing bongo behind corners right before fights, it's like a guaranteed fight if you're smart about it. So, moving on to Reinhardt. I think Reinhardt definitely gets the situational spot here just because they nerfed Earthshatter a few patches ago, unfortunately. Makes me sad, but like it's the harsh truth, right? Earthshatter is only good if you can land like, you know, land it on like a few players, and you'll probably get 1 kill off of it, maybe 2 if you're lucky. But like it's just such a bad ultimate as of right now, which is unlucky, even though like shields aren't even that strong either. Like it's just you can't really find too much value with it regardless. So the DPS line, I'm gonna start off right away with Sombra. Sombra is a game-changing ultimate with EMP. I think EMP just provides so much utility and value. Landing onto a couple of targets, you can guarantee kills if your team just follows up a little bit. It's just, EMP is just really, really good right now, and I think you know, not enough people are playing Sombra, but like, you know, Sombra's playstyle is a little hard to get used to, but like once you get good at Sombra, you're gonna be winning a lot of games, trust me. So yeah, a little bit surprising, but like I think Soldier's Visor has come a long way, and with the buffs to Soldier's pretty decent right now. And I think if you combo Visor with Nano, like Nano Visor, or like even Mercy damage boost with Visor, you can definitely guarantee kills in this meta right now. So I wouldn't sleep on Visor at all, and I would definitely like recommend Soldier. But like, you know, obviously there's a lot of counters to it with like Diva Matrix, stuff like that, but I think Visor's pretty decent. Put in Ashe. Ashe has the Bob ability, which I think is really strong and pretty underrated, just because, you know, Bob can contest the point, and you know, not a lot of people running shields, for example. So, and not a lot of people are running Ana either, so you can't really sleep the Bob more often than not. So I think you can get a lot of value here, and like having Bob just creates like a second, like, or like a seventh person on the map for your team, which is really important, especially if you go down like a player or two, you can pop Bob on the point, and then you automatically have someone contesting the point and stuff like that. It's just really good utility. Next, we're moving on. Junkrat. I'm gonna put Tire in as impactful. Junkrat Tire, I think, you know, it's basically guaranteed value if you like, you know, can secure it on like 1 to 2 targets. It's, you know, and if you're sneaky, you know how to like dodge, you know, different things trying to break your tire, like it's basically guaranteed kill if you're decent at it. Next, I'm gonna put in Widowmaker, impactful as well. I think walls has just been a strong ability for a long time. Wall hacks, it's, you know, you can see the enemy team, and like your Widowmaker will, if your Widowmaker is hitting shots, that's like guaranteed kills as well. I think walls is, you know, still one of the strongest abilities in the game. I don't personally like love it, it's kind of annoying, but like it's a good ability. Moving on to Pulse, I'm gonna put Pulse Bomb next. Impactful, I think Pulse Bomb can be comboed with obviously Graviton Search, but like if your Tracer's decent, you can land Pulse onto like a squishy target and maybe secure 1 to 2 kills depending on, you know, the situation obviously. But like I think Pulse is a little bit slept on, and what I've noticed in my games is like once someone gets Pulse Bombed, like you're just like, oh crap, like this is now officially losable, right? It's actually better than a lot of people think. So next, we're gonna be moving on to Reaper. Reaper has a Death Blossom. I'm gonna put in the somewhat impactful category. I think Death Blossom is really easy to counter, so like I don't think it's like amazing, so that's why I'm putting it here. But you can definitely get kills, you know, if you combo with Nano even, or you get Diva out of mech, right? Pop that Reaper ult, and you're gonna get some serious value, but not the greatest thing in the world, right? To Torbjorn, we got Molten Core. Molten Core is a strong ability and kind of slept on. I think it could be moving up to impactful, but I don't love it, just because it's pretty easy to dodge. If like, you know, obviously if the Torb just puts like the ult in one spot, it's really easy to dodge, so it can definitely get value, absolutely. Genji with Blade. Genji is such a bad hero right now, and I almost want to put this Blade down to situational, but like with Nano you can definitely guarantee value. So if you get kills with Nano Blade, still a strong ability regardless. And with Symmetra's wall, I think is good. I don't love Symmetra right now as a hero though. There's too many counters to Symmetra in general, but like obviously you can still get value with the wall. You know, protect your team, help your team control points, stuff like that. Next, we're moving down to situational. I'm gonna put in Pharah's Barrage. I think Pharah just gets countered way too hard. His can still dominate the game. Barrage barely gets value, and it's so easy to kill Pharah when she's barraging. So you know, it's almost a useless one, but I'm gonna put it in a situational. Mei is, you know, a niche pick right now. I think really underrated, but like you know, the mobility in the game is just so crazy right now that like it's really hard to trap people in Blizzard. You know, like a few metas ago, Mei's Blizzard was probably like S tier, but like, you know, as the metas shifted to more dive and double off tank, Blizzard's just so easy to dodge, right? Moving on to Hanzo. Hanzo has Dragon, and I think Dragon doesn't really do a whole lot. just other than like zoning or splitting a team. Obviously you can combo with Graviton, but like, you know, sound barrier is still really good. Transcendence still, you can still live through Grav Dragon. So I don't love Dragon as of right now. We're moving to Doomfist. So Doomfist has Meteor Strike, and I would say this is really situational as well, just because like Doomfist can get value with comboing with this, maybe with Grav, but like it's more for like positioning or like getting out of the fight more than anything for Doomfist players. Next on to Mccree, also situational. I think Mccree this is basically press Q to die, which is pretty sad to say, but High Noon isn't the greatest ability in the game, almost useless, but like I've seen good Mccree players get the value from High Noon. If you can catch like Echo, which Echo is a pretty popular character. I actually don't have Echo's copy ability on this tier list, but I would say that Echo's copy ability would actually be moved up to impactful, almost game changing actually. So keep that in mind. Echo's ability isn't here, but lastly we have a Bastion. I'm gonna put Bastion's, you know, ult. It's useless, straight up useless. I don't see people getting value with Bastion ult ever. It's so easy to counter. Bastion in general is just so easy to counter, and I would say that's the most useless ultimate ability for DPS. All right, lastly we're gonna move on to the support line. I'm gonna put up Sound Barrier at the top, just because I think Sound Barrier really provides like guaranteed value regardless of like how you use it. If you initiate it with it, if you use it defensively, if you use it to like survive Graviton Surge, Nano Blade, Nano Visor, Sound Barrier is just pretty OP in my opinion. So I'll keep that at game changing 100%. To Moira. Moira's Coalescence is really strong, just based off like the amount of healing and DPS you can do. I think Moira's Coalescence is pretty slept on, but it's really strong, and which makes Moira a really good pick in the meta as well. Next we're gonna move on to Ana. Nano boost is next in the impactful list. I think Nano combos really well with Visor, obviously Blade, even a Whole Hog is really, Nano Whole Hog's pretty strong too. Nano Zarya, you know, a lot of different things you can do with Nano boosts that, you know, can really change the tide of the fight. Next we're moving on to Mercy's Valkyrie. I'm gonna put in impactful as well. I think Mercy Valkyrie is kind of slept on in the fact that, like, you know, you can actually do a lot with Valkyrie. You can contest the points, you know, you have a lot of mobility, you're able to res pretty easily, you know, you can heal multiple targets, damage use multiple targets. Pretty slept on, really slept on. So Mercy players are kind of winning right now. Transcendence I'm gonna put up here. I think Transcendence is like guaranteed value as well, especially if you're trying to live through different ultimates like Visor or like Graviton, EMP, stuff like that. But your Zen has to be good and hide with Transcendence and not get EMP'd, stuff like that. If your Zen is good, Transcendence definitely guarantees value. Next I'm gonna put Rally and do somewhat impactful. Don't think it's nearly as good as it used to be. I feel like Rally is only good for engaging at this point. If you want to like take space or like move on to the objective, that's where it gets the most value. Other than that, I don't really love Rally as an ability. You can turn fights with it, but it's really almost situational. Put in a Baptiste Window. I'm gonna add situational here. I think Bap Window is good, but like Baptiste as a character right now isn't like, you know, isn't fantastic. But I think Window can do damage and can guarantee kills. But like, you know, again, that's why it's in the situational spot. It's, you know, that'll be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support on YouTube. Make sure you guys check out my Twitch. I stream almost every night on Twitch. Check out the links below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.